Hey you guys, today we're talking about linear equations, and as kind of a refresh, we're going to go over the three different forms of linear equations. I'm going to go ahead and make a chart. You should have your notes out. So let's go on ahead. We're going to start making just a chart, and on this chart we're going to have the form. That's a form. We're going to have the template. We're going to have special features. And that's really what we have space for. So we're going to do this. And we're only going to talk about, well, there's only three forms of the linear equation. So let's talk about the one that you're probably going to use the most often, and for my money is the nicest one to use. And that is slope, intercept, form. I'm going to figure out if there's a way I can type. Hold on. Sorry, this is new for me. Slope, intercept. Great. Oh, now I can move that. Perfect. Okay. Just found that out. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys what the equation for it is. And the equation for slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus, oop, that's a y. Anyhow, I'll get that in a second. B. Y equals mx plus b. And that's the template. In case you guys forgot, m, I highlighted the x. I didn't mean to highlight the x. I just wanted the m. But m is slope, and b, a lot of you guys are probably saying this, b is y-intercept. And what's so special about these features, about the features of slope-intercept form? Well, what's so special is it tells me the slope and the y-intercept without me really, hold on, does it move? Okay, well, I don't know how to fix that one. I hope you guys can see that it says slope-intercept. It has a box around it, so I'm not really sure if you can. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so yes, it's a slope-intercept. And what's nice about this is that you can just read it literally from the numbers. The slope is whatever number is in front of x. If there's no number in front of x, then it's 1. And if there's no x, then it's just 0. And the y-intercept is whatever constant number is in the equation. It's super nice. Now the next form we're going to talk about is point-slope form. And just as a reminder, all of these can be found in the formula chart that you have access to in class and that you're going to get on the day of the exam. We're just going to go over more in depth about them. Okay, so the template for point-slope form is, oh, hold on, I just got points lock. So the template for point-slope form is, oh, pressing the wrong button. Sorry, you guys, learning a new thing. Y minus y1 equals m, open parentheses, x minus x sub 1. And right now I'm doing it in the letters, and I'm going to go back and add my sub 1s with my finger. There we go. So that's what yours should look like. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And the special features for this one is that you have, of course, your slope. And slope here, just like slope in the slope-intercept form, is going to be your letter m. And then the other thing you know, if you have this one, is, you know, a point on the graph, which is whatever your x sub 1 value was and your y sub 1 value was. And so let me go on ahead, put my 1's in. Oh, that one wasn't so great. There's the undo button. Learning a new thing every day. 1, 1. Okay. I do that, but then I think I want to move this guy. Whatever. Okay. Oops. Done. Sorry. Sorry. Pressing buttons. Okay, so that's point slope form. Now there's a third form that honestly is not my favorite. It is the standard form. And the standard form is not exactly useful, but you're going to see it a lot in STAAR as standard form. And so let's get used to looking at it. It's A times X plus B times Y equals to C. And I think it's kind of frustrating because with the other two, you can see the slope from where M is, and you can either see where the y-intercept is, or you can figure out a, if you don't have your y-intercept, at least you have a point that you can start on the graph and then move from that point using your slope. With this guy, you can get some information from it, but you have to do some math with it. It's not reading it quite away. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. And these are just hints and tricks. If you guys want to watch this like a couple days before STAAR, but if you don't remember this, it's no big deal. But I just want to show you guys these stuff. For example, standard form, I can get my x-intercept by just dividing C divided by A. And I get my, that was supposed to be a y. I would get my y-intercept, and that is actually C divided by B. And you can still get your slope, but this one's kind of weird. Slope is negative A over B. So you can get information from standard form. It's just you're going to have to do some math with it. Now for most of what we're doing today, in fact, I'm going to walk that back, all of what we're doing today, you're either going to use slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, the one we like a whole bunch, or point slope form, which is right here. Point slope form, we're really going to use this if we're given a point and we can figure out the slope. If we're given anything else, we're going to try to get into y equals mx plus b. I'm going to move over to the first page in your packet and just kind of give you guys some explanation where I think more explanation is needed. So let me just go on here. Okay, so this should be page 1 in your packet. I think you should have the packet. If not, pause, pass the packet out, and it will be good. Okay, great. Glad to have you guys back. So let's go through this really, really quickly. Marco has decided to open a savings account and have money directly deposited into that account. The graph below represents Marco's projected savings account balance over the next year as he implements his plan. And so we see right here that his savings starts at $100, and it shows us his savings over a whole year, and he ends up at $400. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about this. Let's zoom out. Just, don't want to pinch, just want to zoom. There we go. So we want to write the equation to represent Marco's savings over time. So since I just have to write any equation, it doesn't say to write a point slope equation or a y equals mx plus b equation or a standard equation. Since it just says write the equation, I can choose whichever one I want, and more often than not, I'm going to choose y equals mx plus b because my b is my y-intercept, and it looks like my y-intercept is right here at 100. And so I can just start to write down y equals whatever m is, x plus 100. Now all I have to do is just get my slope. Now for slope, let me zoom in here to show you guys slope. That's straight enough. Sorry. Okay, so to get you guys slope, what we're going to need to know is we're going to know that slope is Slope is where you just take 2 points on the graph, and I'm going to do this one, and well, let me highlight that. Let's do this one and this one. And I figure out how much we rise between those points and how much we run between those points. And slope is rise over run. Okay. So it looks like this point, if I'm going to do rise first, starts at 150 and rises to 250. So it rises a value of 100. Oh, I hope you guys can see that. Let me undo that. Oh, no, I don't know what that thing does. There we go. Oops, redo. And this is what I wanted. Sorry, you guys, I'm learning a new thing. There we go, 100. And now we got to figure out the run. Now the run goes from 2 to 6. Okay, so what we're going to do is it really runs a total of 4. So it runs a total of 4. Oh, that looks a little better. Great. Okay, it runs a total of 4. So my rise is 100, my run is 4. To get my slope, I'm going to do rise over run. How many times does 4 go into 100? 4 goes into 100 25 times. So that means, oops. Oh, are these guys not attached? I'll figure this out. Hold on one second. Okay. I think I just locked them in place on accident. Hold on. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, I figured that out. Okay. So, write the equation to represent marker savings over time. We have y equals, we said our slope was 25. So, y equals 25x plus 100. And that is the slope we're talking about. Now, in these different scenarios, they are different ideas for what his savings plans could be. This is just one idea. This is his projected savings account, and he thinks he's going to deposit $100. We think that's his deposit, and we think that every month he's going to put in $25. That's what we said right here. He starts with $100, and every month he adds 25. I'm going to let you guys do scenario A after I do, but I mean, I think you guys can handle that one after you see scenario B. And yeah, so I'll do scenario B, and then I want you guys to try the other one. So I'm going to zoom into scenario B. So it says that Marco is depositing at a constant rate that is half as much as originally planned. After 12 months, he's saved $800. So there are a few things I know for sure about this savings plan. I know my slope is whatever half of my original slope was, because don't forget, rate means the same thing as slope. So that means that my slope for scenario B is going to be 25 divided by 2, or 12.5. Okay, great. I know 12.5. I know that after a total of 12 months, I saved $800. Okay, those are all things that we know. Hold on, let me see. There we go. Okay. Well, let's look at the original. The original, I had a slope of $25 per month, and I made it to $400 in 12 months. With scenario B, I make it to $800 after 12 months, and I only give $12.50 a month. Do you guys think I started at $100? Probably not. Probably not. So I don't know my starting value for B. So that's actually that means that we probably are not gonna use y equals mx plus b, because I don't know b. I gotta figure it out. Okay. So for this, we're going to use point slope formula, which the point slope is y minus, and I take my y value, equals m times x minus my x value. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the answer for scenario B. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally get this into point slope formula by distributing the 12.5 and adding 800 over. Oops, that's an 800, not an 8,000, trust me. But you don't have to. I mean, if the answers on the test are on that, then you need to, but you just need to make it match whatever you have. I'm not asking you to match anything, so whatever information you're given is what you should use. As a hint on scenario C, you're given both a point and the y-intercept, but you're not given slope. You can still solve for it. I'm not going to do it for you guys, but I'm going to tell you that it's using this formula because you know a point and you know the y-intercept, and you can solve for your slope. And then you have to rewrite the equation. Okay, so that's usually where people have questions on this one, is how to answer the different scenarios. I'm back at school on Wednesday if you guys need to come in before school for some help on this, or I have a meeting after school, so you can't stay after school. But if you want to come and meet me during lunch, just give me an email so I know to be looking out for you at lunch. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and have a good, well, I just said rest of the day. Okay, bye.